Irreverent, entertaining, cool. You're listening to LA Talk Radio.
You're listening to Question Reality with Priscilla Leona, right here on LA Talk Radio.
Hi, welcome to the Question Reality Radio Show. I'm Priscilla Leona. I'm producer and host of this show, and we are coming to you. We have been providing our audience with entertainment industry career advice. Now, this show is for you if you are questioning your career reality about pursuing a career in show business, or if you're already working in the entertainment industry and you just need some tips, advice, or resource information on how to elevate your career status. Now, the guests on our show include Emmy Award winners, Grammy Award winners, Tony Award winners, reality TV stars, and we have a wide variety of working show business professionals. And this includes film, television, music, radio producers and directors, casting directors, literary agents, casting agents, PR agents. We have talent managers, screenwriters, publicists, actors, comedians, singers, novelists, script supervisors, stunt people, celebrity makeup artists, entertainment lawyers. The list goes on and on and on. I mean, there's endless professions in the entertainment industry. So we bring everyone that we can grab by the ankles on this show to give you advice. If you missed any of our past shows, here are the 3 ways that you can listen to any of our past shows. Number 1, we have free mobile apps from, of course, the App Store and Google Play Store. You just go there and download it, and that would be under LA Talk Radio. So just look for LA Talk Radio. We also have our shows on iHeartRadio. We're on iTunes, Amazon Podcasts, Google, Audible.com, and Stitcher.com. So you can listen to us on any of those access ports as well. We have all of our shows on the archive page, and that means that you can listen directly from the website that you're listening to us on right now, which is latalkradio.com. So you just look for our show title, Question Reality, and you can also look for my name, Priscilla Leona, and there we will be from 2008 until today. All of the shows, all of the guests. Now we have to ask you to do us a favor right now or after the show. Can you please subscribe to our podcast via Apple Podcast? Again, the show is Question Reality on the Apple Podcast. And we also ask you to give us a little thumb up and a follow on all of our social media sites. Now, as I say every week, branding is very, very important. When you're starting your career off, you really need to brand yourself with something you love, that you're comfortable, and most importantly, it's applicable to your message or your brand or who you are. Now, with that being said, I have decided I decided a long time ago to just stick with my name, Priscilla Leona, because as you go through life, you might decide to change your career. So, for example, most people know me by Question Reality on the social media sites. They know my show, Question Reality, right? Question Reality Radio Show. However, I might change in the future and go to another profession. Highly unlikely, but it could happen. So that's why I decided to market myself and brand myself by Priscilla Leona. So that is a tip for people that are starting out when they're trying to figure out a name. I caution you and I beg you, please don't choose names like Tina Bobina 42, or, I'm a hot and sexy star number 36, 26, 36, because you are ruining any followers that you have if you change professions or if that is not your name. So please, please, please either go with your name or go with something that is most representative of your brand. That being said, please go to Facebook, look for Priscilla Leona, Priscilla Twitter, Priscilla Leona, Instagram, Priscilla Leona, Snapchat, Priscilla Leona, TikTok, Priscilla Leona. It's all under my name. And please follow me. I guarantee you, I'm all about fun. My shows are fun, and you will love every single one of them because I only bring on fun guests, okay? Now, finally, if you want to be booked on our show or refer someone to be booked to promote themselves, showcase the projects or the products, and help listeners by providing career advice, go to our official website, which is questionrealityradioshow.com. Again, questionrealityradioshow.com. Not the website that you're listening to us on now, which is obviously latalkradio.com. That's the website where we air the show. So again, questionrealityradioshow.com, and that is where you can also see our guest schedule. So you might want to go there and take a peek at who the upcoming guests are, check out their sites. If there might be a profession you're interested in pursuing, so you can find out how they did it, why they did it, get resource information, great tips, and there you go. So again, to submit to be booked on our show, just click the contact link. Really short and easy. We just need a name, an email, a title, and a website, and that is it. You're on your way to talking to us personally. All right, that didn't even rhyme. All right, I have been so excited about the guest that we have today. He was referred to me by the darling, gorgeous, lovely Naya, who, as you know, is one of the best singers I've ever heard in my life. So she won an award. She was on my show, and listed were some of the past awards that she won. And one of them was, I believe it was called and we'll talk to him about it today, but I believe one of them was called the Star. Oh my goodness gracious. He's going to kill me. It was. I have like a 5-second attention span, but she won an award on his show, and I remember what it was called, Star Soul Fame Awards. That's what it was. God, I cannot rely on my memory anymore. After you hit 35, 40, we're not going past 40, but after 40, it's like, what was the name of that, huh? The memory just starts going. Anyway, she won many Star Soul Fame Awards. During the interview, I said, what I have to know about the Star Soul Fame Awards. How did you get it? So she told me about the guest today, and we contacted him, and he so graciously agreed to be on our show today. I'm going to tell you just a little bit about him, but there's so much to tell. Hopefully we can fit it in by 5:45 or 5:50. His name is, it's a gorgeous name. I love it. I feel like it should be a dessert, though. It's Rashad Khalil Ali. That is a dirt or a great Mediterranean dish, right? I just have to say, he is an R&B music historian. We've never had an R&B music historian on the show, so we got so many questions. He's also a DJ, and he is a podcast host. So I don't think we've ever had a podcast host on either. So basically, his show, and well, he can tell us more, but his show is called R&B Soul Effect TV, R&B Soul Effect TV. And it's an independent podcast where he interviews musical artists from around the world. And on his YouTube channel and his social media sites, you'll also find video clips of legendary artists that have made their mark in the music world being interviewed. And he also has little bits of very interesting historical information about each artist. So I thought, wow, how cool is that? So let's just get right to it. Welcome to the show, Rashad Khalil Ali. I have to say all three names.
You just call me whatever you want to call me. That's fine with me.
Oh, I don't know. I love that whole name there. I love it. But we'll say Rashad. Rashad. Okay, you are now. Let's talk about you be okay. Your R&B music historian, DJ, podcast host. Let's start with your first title, which is R&B music historian. So I'm thinking to myself, what does that title entail? So that's going to be the first question. What title does it entail?
Yeah.
And then what do they do?
Well, yeah, RB So Fake TV, the name, I would say what's so funny about that. I was in a hospital. It was like back in like August 2016. And I had this name in my head, and it kept right in my head because I kept thinking to myself, like, what type of title I'm going to name it, because I didn't want to have a name that somebody else would have. So I went on Google to make sure nobody had it. I was like, let me go ahead and license it up and trademark it. And it's one thing naming R&B, but the soul effect is like when you see like the graphics and between videos and pictures, that creates the effect, besides, hear the song, like you see the artist's face. So I create the whole illusion of the world so people be interested to see, and everything that the fans see for like the last 5 years, and of course have followed me recently, they're looking like, wow, this is like something like we never seen. So all that you see is like my world.
Okay. All right. So you're talking about what the R&B Soul Effect TV is, what it's about. So, was I right in that you interview musical artists from all over the world? And okay. So, and then you kind of match that up with your YouTube channel and your social media sites, where if we go on any of your sites, we're going to find video clips of legendary artists, right? Like I know I saw Regina King, who is one of my absolute favorite people of all time. But how do you get permission? I know everything is so, law and order with celebrities. So how do you get permission to put all of the clips from their music and their interviews on your site?
Usually, some situations, well, it started out, I always ask permission, can I do this, can I do that? And then it got to a point where some artists, they were just happy that their careers are celebrated. Like, for example, like with King Lattimore, when I posted his 25th anniversary of his self-titled debut album, and he hit me up and he loved it. And see, the thing about people in my position, when you posted the facts of the artist's career and you put snippets and stuff like that, they don't question that. And like, as long as the information is legit, that's all that matters. Because artists, they just love that you celebrate their careers, because it's going to talk about them and not state nothing at all. Then that'd be an issue. Because for me, like when people see me posting, happy birthday, or this song went number one on this day, or it's an album anniversary, or new music, it's basically celebrating, when the artists go from the past as well as the present. So for me, I continue that avenue because, because like the thing is like an artist and the team don't complain. I think the only way artists do complain if you want to sabotage their careers, or you did something that was very negative. That's an issue. But my platform is just like how with BET Network, they used to have video sold back in the day. They did the same thing, the same way as MTV. They did the same way when they prepared like rock and pop and hip hop and R&B videos and stuff. But like with R&B Soul Effect TV, it's a collection of varieties of what you see. So for me, it's like my goal was to bring the essence back how it used to be. But but in this time of day generation.
Got it. Now, your title of R&B music historian, what qualifies you as an R&B music historian? Did you do a lot of research? Do you read? Do you watch a lot of shows? And what do you think, how can you legitimately, call yourself an R&B music historian? Is it because you have such a mass amount of knowledge and you say that you are, or do you have to get certified or something? How does that work?
Well, you know what? It all started back in like 1987, and at that time, when you had the shows like Solid Gold, American Bandstand, Soul Train, and what's a show called Dance Party USA, and at that time, I mean, the show was already there. I just didn't pay attention because I was like a little boy. And then one day, that Saturday, here it is, all these music shows that was already on Saturday mornings and in the afternoon, it caught my attention. And then, like, from there, as years went by, I was so amazed of what the arts accomplished, and in their careers. And from there, I use all my memories and also do my research too, and make sure that everything's legit. Like if I had to go to like Billboard.com, go to the archives and stuff, and then I also, add my world of what this artist done. Because a lot of times, with Wikipedia, they don't really give out the right type of information. Then I had to correct whatever, this artist accomplished and stuff. And a lot of times, we live in a time where artists get blacklisted, no matter how big they was, they want to overlook what they succeed. It's like we live in a town where they're more focused on the controversy than the artists, selling or how many awards they win and stuff like that. So I had to put it out there, So yeah, I use my knowledge for me being a fan of all those shows and of today.
Now, why do you think, did you start your passion? Did you discover your passion for music as a child? As a child, we say things like, "Oh, we want to be an astronaut or a doctor, or we want to be, something." What did you think you wanted to be when you were a child? Did you always love music, like since you can remember?
You know what? Like at that age, at that time, my mind was so focused on like between basketball, baseball, and then also want to like as far as what I'm doing now, I always want to do that. But as a kid, I wasn't too particularly for sure what I want to do, But it was funny because throughout, as time went on, I kept having this talk show host or this podcast host in my head because it was like as much as I love baseball and basketball, it was like me do what I'm doing now. It kept kept calling my name, and to a point where when I was in elementary, I had my own little show, and it was only filmed in school. It was called Kids Network, and we was talking about science and music and stuff like that. And I hosted with this other kid. I can't think of his name. And the teacher at Miss Cole. And my first big interview I did when I was in the third grade, I interviewed Al Roker for the Today Show, and I was excited about that.
Oh, yeah. We love Al Roker. Oh, who doesn't love him? Now,
yeah.
Rashad, I understand that you were previously involved in the hip-hop genre. So how were you involved in the hip-hop world?
Just being a fan of it. At the time, I was promoting this one particular artist, and I started doing indie. I started doing indie hip hop, from 1996, and then it went from there. I went from like making posters and to like big names, LL Cool J. It was always the word of mouth of who you knew and stuff. So, and these promoters said, hey, I heard that you do these flyers and stuff. I heard you good at. Can you make some for us? And back then we didn't have all like the equipment technology we got now. So I went by what I do, to make it stand out. And I went from there. And I said, you know what? Since I know hip hop so much, I got my knowledge for it. Let me create my own, YouTube channel. And that's what I created. At the time, you could call it Hip Hop Music TV. I did it for like a lot of years. And I put it this way, like the stuff you might see now with the YouTube bloggers and stuff like that, as far as hip hop, I did all, back to like the 2000s when hip hop first got started. And then after a while, I just got really burnt out because hip hop was going a different direction. Plus, I was getting older, and not saying that hip hop is dead. I mean, there's certain artists, they represent real hip hop music. It just that I lost the passion for it. So when I took a year off, I was trying to figure out what was the next direction I want to do about my life, as far as career wise.
So then you decided. So you were involved in the hip hop genre as far as promoting. You were promoting the hip hop artists via flyers and things like that. So that's what you did. Okay. Now let's talk about your profession as a title DJ. So does that mean that you would DJ at the clubs, parties, events? That's what you did?
Yeah, oh my God. Yeah, I've been DJing since I was about like 15 years old. I mean, I DJed at weddings, I DJed at clubs. I wasn't even old enough. So I was about like 7 to 8 years old, DJing. I DJed for like certain artists. They had like out release parties, and then like, depending on what genre it was, I was the guy that, people would hit me up and stuff. And I did it. I wouldn't say it was like consistently. It was just whenever blue moon people call me, that I'd be the person they'll pay, and I made a couple bucks, and go about my business and stuff. Between hip hop, R&B, I did pop, so that was a lot of fun, because one thing I like about being a DJ, is like the phone call ratings and stuff like that. But sometimes some people want too much out of everything.
Yeah, I was going to ask for people who are interested in being a DJ, I'd love for you to give them advice. So I came up with a couple of questions. For example, if you're hired for a party or a club, do you have to play a certain genre of music, like based on the event, or can you play all types of music? So, do you have complete control over what songs are being played, or do you have to play what?
That happened to me only one time, and there was a couple, and they had this club, but they don't have it no more now. And I think they were celebrating anniversary, of the building. I think it was like a 5-year anniversary or something like that. And then and they want me to play certain songs they want to pick. So, and at the time I was young, I was kind of hot headed, and I wanted to say something. I said, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and let them play with one place. So I went to this place called Circuit City, and got the CDs and stuff from there. And I went on ahead and downloaded and just played, the records and went from there. And in my mind, I was having to get paid, but oh my God, just to start music, oh man. I was ready.
Right.
I was ready to get over and leave out the door.
Oh my God, I bet. I would think that being a DJ is so much fun, but how do you become a DJ? Like, what advice do you have to give to a person who's like, I want to be a DJ, but I don't know what to do? What's the first thing they got to do?
Well, the thing about being a DJ is that, for one, like your DJ skills got to get up, has to be on point. Either you're scratching, you're mixing a song, or, then two on top of that, you got to have cards as far as like like, okay, like this is my name, this is my email, hit me up, like we discussed, certain prices on how much I'll charge for like an hour or a couple hours, to the DJ. And plus, when you deal with that situation, it depends on what type of music they like. That's the thing, because it's one thing DJing, at a club and for a certain individual. It's like you got a vision in your mind. It's like, okay, what type of music they like. It's like if I'm going to a mixed crowd, then I know what type of songs to play. Like I could play a Beyonce, or I could play a J. Cole, or I could play, certain house music like Nia, Mariah Carey, So it's a combination of all. Because sometimes, depending on the age range, you got to know your mind of, what songs to play, what not to play. You just can't play anything,
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Rashad, I'm so glad you said that, Rashad, because let me tell you, I one time, this is so funny. Okay, one time a friend of mine said, because my husband, he's a software developer by day, but he plays jazz music on the weekend. He's a
Yeah.
guitarist. So they asked me, "Oh, Priscilla, I know your husband's a guitarist. Can you get together a band to play at my daughter's wedding?" I'm like, "Well, sure. I don't know anything about being a DJ, but I asked my husband. He put together a really great band. Like these were top-notch musicians. They used to play for Arsenio Hall on his show, and they played for Lou Rawls, and so we had a high caliber, and they were really qualified. Okay, so we're at the wedding, and there was nobody that was in charge. The vocalist just decided to sing whatever she wanted to sing because the wedding guys, they were a Jewish couple, and they did not specify that they wanted certain types of songs, right? Well, I feel like you have to have some communication with the band if you want to hear like a song for, I don't know, with Hava Nagila, the one where, you have the chair and you go around. I don't know. So, what at the wedding, the first dance, singer decided the great song to sing would be from the Titanic movie, My Heart Will Go On, which is apparently a song about death. And the bride flipped out, ran across the room, picked up a bottle of champagne and threw it right at the band. She was a bridezilla. She threw it. I didn't understand at first because at the time that song was in, Rashad. That was like the hot song of the year. So we didn't understand why she did that. But afterward, her husband explained, he's like, "I'm so sorry. That song is about death, and you never sing that at a Jewish wedding." I'm like, "Oh my God, I didn't know." But we asked you what songs would we absolutely not play. And they're like, "Oh, play whatever." So when you say that to a DJ, or, they're going to play whatever. That if you say whatever, you're going to get whatever. But I bet you have some really, really great stories. Give us one story where you remember where something funny. Give us a funny story.
Yeah, I remember one time my cousin's ex-girlfriend, well, at the time it was boyfriend, girlfriend, and she hit me up, and matter of fact, I think I was shaving and stuff, so she called my mother to get a hold of me because I didn't hear the phone, because you know how, like, when the water runs, you don't really hear nothing but just the water
Right.
into yourself.
Yeah.
So, make it long story short, she asked me, she said, hey, cuz, can you, so I'm gonna pick you up, because I want you to DJ, and stuff. And this guy at the time, he was opening up this bar and grill restaurant. So, fast forward over, we get there, and then I'm putting the music together and stuff. And matter of fact, this is back in 2017, February, and and this lady come out of nowhere, and she pointed at me with her eyes all big and stuff, and she kept pointing like, "I know this guy." And she got mixed up with some DJ named Jeffrey Jones. I don't know who that brother is. I ain't never met him, but and she said, "Excuse me, sir, are you that guy named Jeffrey Jones?" I said, "Ma'am, I don't know who that is. That's not my name." I said, "My name is Rashad Ali." And then 40 minutes later, she comes right back. She said, "I think you're lying. You are Jeffrey Jones." I said, "Look here, lady, I don't know what this guy done to you, although you had a relationship or not, but I am not that guy." So, and the whole night, play the songs, that 4 hours, I kept thinking to myself, I'm like, man, I could have just stayed home. I should have just stayed home, But I did it because it was my cousin and stuff, and that was like the craziest experience ever. And the thing I hate about that too that night was like I'm playing like a bunch of R&B records, for the past with Keith Sweat, Rap Transman, Barry White, the list goes on. Because like when I went inside there, I said, okay, these people are a little bit older than me, so 10, 12 years older. They may play a mixture between the 70s, 80s, and the 90s and stuff. So, but this woman, she kept. Then like another lady kept coming to me, wanted to play the same Keith Sweat record. I said, "Lady, we was playing the song twice," let me get through like the track list of the 40 songs.
Oh, I bet. I can imagine being a DJ. There are some situations that happen. So I don't know how DJs put up with those crazy people, but yeah. So again, let's go back to these young kids who want to be a DJ. I know, I would imagine, but I think I know enough about the DJ profession to know that you need a lot of equipment. So I know that you've got to have records, of course. So you got to bring, I know, a record player. I would imagine you got to have a CD player. I don't know now, but or an iPod or something. So what kind of equipment today do you need to go out there and rock the house?
Well, you know what? Just to even, so that we don't have to carry a big load, because especially, like these days, us DJs, we have like an iPad, an iPod, and you got some they play music through their phone and stuff, and you got some of them they bring like a laptop computer, and those are the best situations because those three equipments, it'll keep you from stuff like that, and play all the records and stuff because you get exhausted of moving all those records to the club. You got to move it all inside your truck or your car or whatever.
Right. But you can't scratch. But you can't scratch without the record, right? What if they want you to go old school and they want you to scratch?
Well, you can scratch. It just depends on, like the format of the CD, like the song and stuff like that. Like, for example, like I could take any song and just, scratch it, because see, they had that new technology where you can do it, keep the CD from, messing up. You can have it in a certain way, how you do it and stuff. And sometimes you can pre-record it, and it would just do its own, once everything is, been smashed. So, yeah.
Oh yeah, that's a great idea. Take a songs set list, and then you can do the record and then record it, and then you can play the recording, and it's already scratched. Oh yeah, that's a great idea.
Yeah.
There you go. Scratch your stuff, and then put it on an MP3 and bring it with you. Yeah, there you go. Now, here's the biggest question that I would imagine. How do you know what to charge these people? Because, I mean, you would charge something different, a different price for a wedding. Okay, I'm going to take a guess. So I would imagine you figure out how to charge someone based on obviously the event, how many people will be there, what type of event, whether it's a wedding, a birthday party, a graduation, and then based on, I would imagine, the type of music, or am I wrong?
You know what? When it comes to prices, sometimes, people tell me my mother tell me I have a good insight, when it comes to like a view of the person. Like, for example, like, okay, like, if you're an artist, right, and you say, hey, Rashad, how much you would charge me to get my song promoted as far as advertising of, of a new single, and I'd be like, okay, say like, you're a top selling artist, and as far as you be in the independent artist, I'm like, okay, for a whole year, of this single, okay, I'm gonna charge you along with the promotion between Instagram and YouTube and stuff, all together is 140, and along with the flyers to advertise, what you're doing, go like say do it like that. But you got some that try to finesse their way out of it, so that way they don't have to pay. They be like, well, how about this? With us all this on when I could pay you. No. I need my money up front. So I think like this, if you making money and you doing all this stuff online and or even in person, I know what you do with it. You try to play me dumb, please stop it.
Yep. Damn cheapskates. I'm not having it. Take your play your own shit. Right.
Yes,
Oh my God. So let's move on to R&B Soul Effect TV. So You decided to create. Okay, so you call it R&B Soul Effect TV. You put the word TV in it, yet it's a podcast. Do you also have video interviews with them so we can see them like we're watching a TV show,
Yeah.
or is it all just radio?
I do my interviews live on Instagram. Then once it get done, I will upload it on YouTube. Some I try to upload on YouTube, but I guess sometimes when you download repost stuff, it shows you no type of love. I'm like, golly, but
Yeah.
because some people don't, because some people don't have Instagram, so I try to make sure that if you don't see it there, they'll see it there, but see it here and there. But Instagram is cool because I said, you know what? It's one thing having a phone call conversation, interview with someone. So I was like, let me go ahead and just, do it live. They can see my face because for some reason, it's like they think that I'm not a real person, like a robot. They think I just some character, And I get it because sometimes, be involved in this business, the image and everything you do, it outweighs who a person is, And I get it, but so I said, let me go ahead and do these interviews live. They can see my face, and just went from there.
Right. Yeah, because I'm telling you, and they're censoring so much on these social media sites these days that they're just, I mean, like for example, I wanted to post your Twitter and it said, account suspended. And they'll do that for the slightest thing. It's like they'll do it for stuff that's not even important. They're really breaking you down. I mean, they want to get a penny off of it. They want you to do all this stuff. But okay, so I found out about your independent award company called Star Soul Fame Awards during an interview with Naya. Can you just tell us why you created it and who can submit? Tell us what it's about, first of all. How do you win an award from the Star Soul Fame Award?
Okay, now, as far as like what made me create that award, I tell you, every year, and I'm pretty sure you hear this all the time, when it comes to like as far as for example the Grammy, people complain about, oh my God, why this person wins every year? How come this person wins this and that? And they gotta understand that, it costs, money to get your songs, to get your song registered and and pick up out of Grammys. It's like it's like trying to have your songs on the billboards, And with the Grammys, you just hope that they picked, your song, if it's Grammy considered or nominated or not, But make it all so short, the reason why I created this platform because I want, the independent artists to feel appreciated. Even if they don't win, or they just or lose or just, like they'll just be nominated. I want them to feel like a mainstream artist. Now, there are some indie artists that never been in that type of, and sometimes you have to like break it down to what it's about and stuff. And I had a website, and then this bozo tried to hack it. Then I went ahead and deleted it. I said, you know what? Let me do it the organic way and have fans, go to my Gmail and they can vote for the category of the artist, and they can vote as many times as they want. But the first time when I did the awards, it was like new to everybody except for Naya. She was the only one at that time had the most experience when it came to winning an award. So she was, already, hip to it, you could say. But she was the only female, versus like 10 men, as far as a solo artist. So, and then like a year later, I had 3 more women. So I said, okay, good, it could be, I could have stuff for the women's side, for the nominated for, and I could have stuff for like the band, the same way. So that way, nothing, it don't have to be, a gender versus gender, a gender can have their own, or the other gender can have theirs and stuff. And now this year, for the first time ever, 9 women, and of course, 9 men and stuff. So I'm happy that this is going. I'm glad the direction of the platform, is going good. But the thing about that, when it comes to, being nominated, is that, I'm not going to sit there and nominate you because for one, I got to have proof of these are songs, becoming hit on Amazon, because I look up stuff, easy, So they call me like the R&B detective because I know everything's like real facts and stuff. So for
Right.
me, uh, when I created that, it just blew up because every time I talk about something, moments later, or whatever, people catch on to it and stuff like that. So, and the thing about me, I don't do 130 people. That's too much. So my limit is at least 18 or 20, artists. That amount of like that of 10 females, out of 10 men. I keep it like that.
And where do you promote the Star Soul Fame Awards? Like, where can someone go and find out about it and how they can enter?
Oh, they can look it up on Facebook, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And if they was to submit to it, it has to be, if I made a post, which I did a couple months ago, you at least got me 3 months ahead early, and I do it just like the Grammys. They never give me enough time to get everything prepared, to the final date. And then when it comes to that, I tell the artist, okay, this is the month of the day when artists, get voted on. Have your friends, family, your fans vote as many times as you want, And then what I do is I get like once a due date is done, then I at least need about like 3 or 4 weeks. That way, me and my team, we can count, of the category that was nominated for. And so that we can go through, the days and stuff like that. And once it's done, we can estimate who is exactly going to win, days.
Got it. And when you present the awards, is this done at a venue, like a hotel, or is this something done online that they get the award?
Well, you know what? Due to COVID, I was trying to play safe because like last year, I was filling awards now, so I'm gonna do it again, as well as this year. But next year, my goal is to get a venue. Depending on how the COVID is and stuff, the house controlled. So we definitely will see. What I'm saying, how it is gonna turn out. Depending on how this virus is. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, if you have it, you're not here. You're in. Where would you have it? Would you have it in Kentucky? Because I think you said you live in Kentucky, right? Would you have it there,
like if I did a venue and stuff, if I probably have it here, depending on what state, just all depends and stuff,
Okay. Well,
I'd rather have it here.
Yeah. Close, right? So you can attend, yeah. So, well, if you have it at a venue, please make sure that you post and let me know, because I had a friend that just moved to Kentucky, so it would be a perfect excuse for me to say to my husband, "Oh, we can visit my friend Kathy, and we can go to see Rashad's show." Real quick, because we got like 5 minutes, but I wanted to talk about this because I was so excited. One of my favorite bands of all time was New Edition. They were the jam. That was my jam back in the day. And recently, I understand that you interviewed After Seven, Rough Ends, and Ralph from New Edition. He was an original band member, right? He was one of the originals. Right. Was he the lead singer, or what did I know they all sang, of course, but there was one that always seemed to get.
Well, like Ralph Tresvant, he was like the lead singer. Bobby Brown, he was like the second lead singer. Sometimes, he might rap or sing. Then, like when she left, of course, he had Johnny Gill, to pick up the pieces, and sing, little parts here and there. And of course, you had Ricky Bell and stuff. I interviewed Ralph Tresvant's daughter, and see, my goal, I didn't want to come in and, just talk about her dad throughout the whole interview. I was like, well, if people know her, it's like, okay, that's Ralph's daughter. They know she can sing. They know that she's a mother, but who is she? So my goal was, okay, if I'm going to interview her, I want to, get in her world. So when I did an interview, it was all freestyle. I didn't need no bite or nothing. and then when everybody was hitting me up, it was like, wow, Rashad, it was like, man, the way you was interviewing her, like, man, you really broke it down because I'm the type of person like if I watch your career all your life, then I don't need no instructions. I know exactly what I need to do right then and there, and just set up the day and that time and just go from there. Same way as Naya, same way as everybody. It's like if I follow your career for so many years, then I know exactly what I need to do. So and to give a
Right.
good
So
question.
so when you were interviewing her and it's pronounced Naquel, right? Naquel Tresvant?
Yeah, the club,
Okay.
yeah, right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Naquel. Okay. So she being the daughter of Ralph from the R&B legend group New Edition. Did you, because she's a singer, for those of you who don't know, she's also a singer, but she's a songwriter as well. And Rashad interviewed her recently, and I would imagine it was about her new single called Say Love. And then you also talked about her plans for the rest of 2021. So did you ask her if her decision to go into the music business was influenced by her dad, or what questions did you ask her that you feel like what were the best questions?
Yeah, like when I asked her, I was like, what inspired, you to be a singer? She said it was a boyfriend, now a husband, and yeah, so she was singing to him when she was, yeah,
What?
yeah, I know, yeah, but making a long story short, it was like, well, her dad knew she could sing, but she started thinking sense to her husband, kind of like motivate her to do it, and they met each other when they was in high school when they was like 6 years old, and it just went from there, And when she told me that, I was like, wow, She told me that she was inspired by her father, as far as see him record in the studio all the time, see how he put songs together, and by the time she became an artist, it just went from there. So that was my goal to figure out, who was she, as far as like her upbringing, and then just go for that. For as far as like what you saw, that was the goal.
Yeah. Oh my God. Well, I tell you, you got an exciting job over there, Mr. Rashad Khalil Ali. We've got to end the show, but I wanted to thank you so much for coming on the show. And I want everybody to please go and check out Rashad's sites. Let me give it to you. On Facebook, it's RN as in Nancy, B, Soul Effect. So RNBSOULEFFECT. He's also on Instagram under RNB Soul Effect _TV. He's on YouTube. He's on Spotify. And if you could just give him a little thumb up, that would be great. Follow him. I'm telling you, when you go check out his site, and you look at all of the clips that he has, he goes old school. I mean, I love the little, when he just recently did one of my favorite singers is Martha Reeves. So for example, he did Happy Soul, happy birthday to her. And he gives a lot of tidbit information that you may not know about her. And then he does it for various artists like Aaliyah, and gosh, there's so many. I think I saw Leanne or Lele Lyons, and oh my gosh, so many. So if you go there, there are things about it, trivia that you could get knowledge of that other people might not know. So please go to his Facebook page, and then you can get the links to his other page. So thank you so much for coming on the show, Rashad. You are so exciting.
Thank you. I really appreciate it. And thank you for taking the time to you and me, because this is like, the biggest interview. To have it, on LA Talk. Wow, trust me, your show is hard to get on. I mean, artists been trying to get on there for years. I'm glad I'm one of the ones that finally made it.
True. It's true. I've got a waiting list like a year long. I know. I try to get around everyone, but I tell you, it's so hard.
Yeah.
But I wanted to thank you. And let me tell you, when I come to Kentucky, I'm looking hooking you up. So be prepared.
Okay, you got it, though. You know, I'm definitely going to be coming back to L.A., so real soon with the stuff.
Oh, okay. If you come to L.A., hit me up so we can take you out to lunch or dinner or something, okay?
Hey, I appreciate that. Definitely will.
Oh, my sweetheart. All right, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. We'll see you next week on Question Reality. Bye.
You're listening to Question Reality with Priscilla Leona, right here on LA Talk Radio.